That was a very crazy episode of The Boys. Boy, if you don't know what we're talking about The Boys, episode 6, season 3, called The Hero Orgasm. And no lie, that was every sense of the word describing what we just saw, because there's just a lot of crazy and messy things that happened. But I guess before we get into it, how do you guys feel about the disclaimer in the beginning of the episode? Because I think it was interesting that they put a disclaimer there, and to me it almost felt a little. I mean, I know why they put it there, but to me it almost felt like it was a little over added or overly tapped.
Yeah, I feel like that was like overhyping the episode a bit, but like I feel like they've been overhyping it since season 1, because I think it's Kripke's wanted to do Herogasm since season 1, and then like Amazon was not gonna let him unless the show was more popular, because they were like, this subject matter, this content is, it could be, I guess, transgressive. But now that he's got the views, he was able to cover it. And I don't know, I feel like I've seen crazier stuff on The Boys. If you're gonna do a disclaimer, it's like, might as well do it at the very beginning of season 1, episode 1, so people know what they're getting into. But yeah, Herogasm, I was expecting something way crazier, but that being said, the episode was really great.
Yes, I mean, obviously not crazy by explicitness, but crazy in terms of having characters who don't like each other do something. Is this episode? There was so much tension. Like anytime I was looking at a character, I'm like, okay, something's gonna explode. Whether it's gonna be with and Soldier Boy, or Huey and freaking A Train, or even freaking, we get literally Soldier Boy and Homelander, and it's just like, oh my god, there's just so much. You're just there like, okay, what's gonna go wrong, what's gonna explode. And to me, what I really liked about this episode was this idea of just, again, setting up and payoff, because like small things like Huey being naked with his powers, how much like that plays off really well with the aesthetic
with
of
Herogasm.
I
was like, if there's ever a place to show up somewhere automatically naked, probably Herogasm is the place.
It makes sense.
It
makes sense.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about the opening with the Imagine song?
Oh man, they did it perfectly, because I was cringing and I was like, man, this is almost as bad as the real thing.
That
some
opening.
Some of them was like real clips from that awful trend, and some of them were like new people, right?
I thought I was curious,
and I couldn't tell
that.
who was who, so I was like getting confused. I was like, like I don't know who actually participated in this trend and who didn't, and like that kind of lent to like the just cringiness of it, because I'm like, oh, like, do I trust this? Like, I thought I liked this actor and they did this, but but some of them were new, right?
I think so. Like, I don't know. They had Patton Oswalt in there, and I think he was in the original one.
Yeah, he was. I remember Patton Oswalt specifically.
Yes. So I was like, oh man, the way that they did, I was like, are you guys allowed to do this?
Dude, I think what it is like Eric Kripke watches the news and he's like, you can't make this stuff up. Just write it itself.
Just write it based on what he saw.
He writes it into The Boys. Like, and honestly, with the way things are going in America right now, he's gonna have content for years to come.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. One of the other things, Vicky Newman, she basically revealed that, oh yeah, I know you guys know what I know. So, what did you guys think about that?
Scared.
I really like that scene, because it really shows the core of Starlight, where it's like she has this offer where she can work with Vicky Newman, but she's like, you know what? And it kind of reminds me of this scene of Supernatural, and of course I'm going to compare it to Supernatural because it's created by Eric Kripke. Like the part where the mother of all tries to work with Dean, and Dean's like, we don't make deals with monsters, no matter who they are. And it's kind of the same thing where it's like, no, you guys are just the same thing, and even if you stand for what I stand for, at the end of the day, you're overpowered people who just want to use control, and I'm not going to let you have control. So I love how, to me, that was a good moment for Starlight to be like, yeah, I don't care about that.
That was a good character defining moment. At first, I was a little confused. I was like, Vicky Newman isn't asking for much, right? She was just saying, let's team up on social media, low-key, like, oh, let's hop on IG Live together. I'm like, dude, you could do that, Starlight. Like, why are you making such a big deal about this? But because she made such a big deal about it, that kind of just is exemplary of just how like stand up she is, where it's like,
Right.
no, like I'm gonna do this on my terms. I'm not gonna pander to like one group of people or another group of people, because at the end of the day, like Vicky Newman is, you know, a popular politician, and just like all the politicians now, you know, there's just an element of like, you're not for the people, you just want to look like you're for the people, where Starlight is actually like a woman of action. Like she is actually for the people. She's not going to sugarcoat things and work with, you know, this or that, you know, party, you know, she's just there for the people, unlike anybody else there.
Yeah, that's true, and it perfectly sets up where her character is at the end of this episode, and it like I didn't really get it. Like same with you. Like when she didn't want to team up with Vicky Newman,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I guess she just kind of is sick of it all. But then at the end of the episode, it made sense. It's like, wait, she has like 200 million Instagram followers or whatever. She is basically an industry on her own, and that's what VOT basically made her, as an industry on her own. She doesn't really even need VOT, so she can essentially quit the band and do a solo career, and she'll be fine. And that's kind of where she is at the end of this episode, and it was perfectly done in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I like that, and even
Yeah.
building up with that, you know, her little discussion with Huey. They're both kind of naked, and they're both kind of explaining their kind of experiences. I thought that was a very interesting thing. And even the A-Train moment where Huey gets to punch A-Train, and A-Train actually feels exactly how Huey feels with like, yo, man, like these superheroes be killing people you love. Like this is sort of we have an issue with that.
That was another one with when Ashley essentially laid it all out for A-Train.
Oh, I love that. He needs to hear, even though Ashley is one of those characters where you like hate to love to hate, like A-Train needed to hear all that.
Yeah. How do you feel about A-Train killing
Blue Hawk?
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
That's a great death, by the way.
I know, I agree.
I think A-Train, crazy enough, has done the best deaths on the series, right?
Exactly.
He killed Robin, which set things off, and this Blue Hawk one, like, what, road rash death? That's awesome. I love that kind of over the top gore.
Yeah. That's definitely another.
Y'all think he's dead though?
Is he dead?
Blue Hawk? I mean, I don't know.
No, A-Train, because he did have a heart attack.
Oh,
and
no,
he like
I don't
fell
think
down with his
so.
eyes open.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I hope not. You know, it looks like he was kind of on a bumpy road to redemption, but you know, we'll see. I love a redemption arc, so we'll see.
I think this is his redemption. He killed Blue Hawk. That's redemption enough, bro.
I don't know.
He seemed genuinely sorry. He's just, like we said, these heroes are so out of touch and just untouchable. They're not surrounded by real people, right? Like Starlight, you know, she's from a small town. Everyone else are part of this huge industry where like nothing is genuine or real. And now that like Starlight's not part of that, like she's completely vulnerable to like, you know, like Vought's not protecting her, et cetera, et cetera. But she's always been incredibly grounded. And I think, I don't know, A-Train could wake up because he's got humble roots, I guess, right? If he really was part of that community. So I don't know. I think there are grounds for redemption if they wanted to go that way.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
I think he redeemed himself by killing.
I don't think he's fully redeemed, but I think it's a start.
It's a start for sure.
Yeah.
But I also just want to talk about the fights, like Butcher versus NM, which was a little bit sad, but Homelander, Soldier Boy, Huey versus or actually Butcher and Huey and Soldier Boy versus Homelander. That was also another epic fight. So I guess we can start with
like,
Butcher
have we ever even seen Homelander do that much ever in the history of the show?
I don't
like
think
when
so.
has he ever duked it out with anybody ever? He's just been so OP. And it's crazy that like we never thought about this because through the context of the show, they've set him up to be so OP and powerful that it wasn't even a question. But I realized like, dang, we have never actually seen him fight. So actually seeing him fight and like kind of the skill he displayed, right? He has some hand-to-hand skill, I guess, or power to power, if you may. Yeah. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting. Like Anthony Starr just kills it so much that like we haven't even had to see him fight for him to be like one of the best villains of all time.
Yeah,
That's a good point. That's a good point.
yeah, definitely the threatening factor. But what was definitely interesting was like it does seem like because of his powers, how much of it he has more of an advantage over just Soldier Boy, and it's only that blast, that like Soldier Boy bomb blast, that really gives Soldier Boy even a boost to kill Homelander. Because if it ain't for that, Homelander I feel like would have more of the upper hand, and it's only because there's Butcher and Huey that kind of came in, that kind of attacked them. But what's even more interesting was that I remember the first time this, or in this beginning of the episode, or at least episode 1, where we had Homelander and Butcher talking to each other, and I thought that could have been like, I thought that was like not like that was inside Butcher's head, but now it's been confirmed that actually did happen. Like they actually did have a talk. It's Homelander even says like this isn't fair anymore. So
yeah, no, that's what I thought. That was your theory, dude.
Yeah, that was my theory. Yeah, that's what I was saying. But so this kind of confirms it. But other than that, yeah, it was. I don't know. It was interesting seeing all three of them fight, because it felt like this was like supposed to be a season finale. Like that's how it feels like. It's like the ultimate moment.
Yeah,
so.
Even the way that it ended, where Starlight is just revealing everything to the world.
If it was like a season finale, I wouldn't have been mad, to be honest. That was a very good episode.
It was great. It was great.
I wonder. Okay. I kind of think that the stuff going on with like Frenchie and Kimiko is just like, I mean, I hope that it will get tied into everything at the end, but sometimes it's kind of like it'll go to them and I'm like, no, I'll go back to the other stuff. Not really seeing how this is tying back to everything else. I mean, hopefully maybe it's something with like the Russians and Soldier Boy, but I don't know. Sometimes it just feels a little like it's just there, like shoehorned in, because these are like characters that are like established part of the boys.
Yeah, I see. I wanna. Hopefully, we get Kimiko's powers back too, because I get her whole existential crisis about not wanting to be a monster, but I still want to see her.
Aren't her powers back though? Didn't she get shot like 5 times and then?
No, it was the human. There was a human on over, so the human got all the bullets. Yeah.
Dang, those were weak bullets.
Pretty much.
But she did that with human strength. That's pretty cool. I couldn't tell. Like she was actually so badass that I was like, are her powers back? Like I
but that's why that's why she was like, oh yeah, I'm still a monster. Like it wasn't the powers, it was just me.
Dang.
Which I mean makes her
still amazing.
even more awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. But any other last minute things?
No, other than the fact that this was probably, I consider, the most craziest episode I've seen of this show so far. So
yeah, I'm excited to see how it ends. I mean, I thought it was a good choice that like they made Soldier Boy like their big gun, but like him not being able to know how to use it. Not only was it like necessary so that he wasn't too OP, but I think it's a good way to like create even more tension, because we thought we had Homelander, but now not so sure.
No.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We will see. All right. Definitely let us know your comments down in the comment section below. If you have any agreements, if you disagree with anything we said, let us know. And we'll catch you next time.
Peace.